After being cooped up in small but expensive apartments in big cities, home buyers are now craving more space, and that's causing a wave of disruption in the real estate market. I'm joined today by Mauricio Umansky. He's the CEO of real estate firm The Agency. Mauricio, let's talk about trends in residential real estate. It used to be that the golden rule is all about location. How has the pandemic changed that?
Well, it made a lot of changes. I think the new golden rule is all about timing, right? Timing, timing, timing. It used to be location, location, location. On the residential side, when we're talking about timing, it's really about when something comes to market, the demand that's happening. Right now, there's a huge housing shortage happening across the board, whether it's multifamily or the ultra high-end luxury real estate for rent or for, $100 million. And so right now, what we're dealing with is a great timing in terms of if you're a seller and you want to put a property for sale on the market, it's really good timing to do so because there's a lot of people, for example, that are retiring or have retired, and they're seeing their home prices go up. The people are leaving cities, whether it's San Francisco going to the East Bay, whether it's Los Angeles going to Santa Barbara or Palm Springs, or New York going to the Hamptons. They're leaving the cities and they're looking for places to live. And so what's happening is those retired people are seeing a huge uptick in their value, a huge appreciation in the value of the home. And it's a great time for them to put the property on the market, sell it, and then move on.
When it comes to commercial, though, it's a different story, right?
Commercial is a completely different story. There's so many different sectors. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen with retail, but certainly trending down. The pandemic has really made retail trend down. There's a lot of conversation, a lot of fear, a lot of concern in terms of what's going to happen with all of the space. I mean, there's going to be a tremendous amount of retail space. Malls are empty, right? And so what will happen with that? My prediction is that there's going to be about a 3-year lag before we start seeing some return to that. Obviously, we need to find the vaccine for the pandemic. I think once we find the vaccine on the pandemic, we can start having conversations about how that human behavior is going to change. But right now, retail, a very interesting thing that we're seeing, a very interesting phenomenon in buildings or houses is the Amazon room has to now be created because people are no longer shopping outside of retail spaces, they're now shopping online. So not only is Amazon affecting the industrial space and the commercial space, but they're also affecting the residential space because now we need the amenity of the Amazon room.
Even with all these opportunities in the real estate market, what's the biggest concern that you have today?
Well, I think that our clients' biggest concern right now is whether or not this market's actually going to sustain. The residential market's on fire right now. And so the big question is this a sustainable market or is this the time to actually sell and move on? And that's a question that's very difficult to answer because, the world is changing. We're seeing this pandemic change. So if you were to have asked me 3 months ago if the market would have been as hot as it is right now, there's no way I would have answered to you that the market is as hot as it should be as hot as it is right now. The interest rates are at an all-time low. I don't see the Fed changing their policies. And as long as we're able to maintain that, and we do have a housing shortage, that supply and demand curve, I do believe that this market in the residential side is going to continue with this type of heat for at least the next 2 to 3 years.